We're at Billy Mosienko Arena in Winnipeg. We're going to show you how we're going to manually put down a pre-cut checkered center line. First thing we're going to do is we're going to stretch out our string, which is made of 100% cotton. So when we do wet it and freeze it into the ice, it acts as a track, as you'll see later on, checkered line being dispensed. So we're just going to lay out our string first. We're just freezing in the string and setting it in with the roller. We have a frozen string into the ice. It's going to act as our track. On this side of the dispensing machine, we have a double plate. As you can see, I'll drop that double plate on top of the string, and that's going to track, and that's what's going to lay the paper down straight by tracking on that frozen string. We're just freezing in the start of it. So when we take off, the paper doesn't go with us. Just going to get started here. See, the machine's keeping straight and it's tracking the paper. How's that? Okay, although we have a machine that dispenses paper, a lot of people, when they put their lines down, they don't use a dispensing machine. So we're just going to go through the motions on how to properly put down hockey line paper. We're now going to lay down our paper. Okay, we're laying the paper along the string right now. You notice I'm not tacking the paper down. We want the paper to stay dry until the point of time we're going to roll it. If I start tacking this line down every couple of feet, that water is going to freeze the paper up, and it's not going to want to bond to the ice properly. So we're just going to keep the paper dry, and when we get it rolled across the rink, we're going to spray it down and then roll it and get all the air out of it. One of the most important things to know about this paper is that you have to use hot water when you're applying it down to the ice. When you start rolling it, this backpack sprayer will have hot water, as hot as you can get it in this sprayer. It just breaks up the paper nicer. Hot water, remember, it's got to be hot. I'll start spraying it. The idea is to roll lengthways along the ice. Keep pushing forward from one side to the other. Okay, you don't have to dip your roller into a pail. The backpack sprayer gives you sufficient water. It actually helps paste it to the ice. And you don't have to roll back and forth. Just keep rolling forward from side to side, getting all the air out. And as you can see, the paper's flattening down nice to the ice. And as soon as we get to the other end, we're going to give it a coat. And we're going to use cold water to coat this line. We're not going to use hot water. It's going to be cold water to coat. Hot water to put it down and cold to seal it. As you can see, we have a brilliant blue color here. It's just as good as using paint. We're now going to seal it in with some cold water with our hose. we're going to set our little pivot point into the ice. We've drilled a hole here. We're going to set into the ice. We set our circle radius on top. Push down. We're going to take our paper. We set it inside the guard, like this. This paper is specifically designed to fit this dispensing machine. As you see, it slides up and down. The reason for those slots, so that the roll can empty itself right down to its core. So I'll slip this on. It sort of flips into a stand for now. I put a pin in to lock it into place. I loosen the top. Telescopically goes out to our 15-foot radius. Lock it into place. Okay, we're just getting set up here to start a circle. So we tilt our guard forward like this. We drop our roll. The roll sits on the ice. We have a little bit of the paper that comes out. We freeze a bit of it into the ice so that when we take off with it, when I clip on here, it doesn't slip. We take our spray nozzle. Okay, I'll be clipping on here like this. I aim it so that the spray hits 1.5 inches behind the roll, and then we have a paint roller with a short piled roller following us. See where the spray's hitting just behind the roll? It pre-sticks itself as it goes around. This paper hasn't ripped on us yet, in about 20 rinks this year so far. And that's it. Okay, we're just coating in. As soon as we finish our line, we're coating it with cold water. That line was dispensed with hot water with a roller following behind, and now we're just coating it with cold water. This seals in the line. Very important. Hot water to put the line down and cold water to seal. Same as the big line shown earlier. Nice blue, eh, Jordy? Okay, we just did our center blue circle, so we still got a blue roll on the machine. So we're going to set up, we have to put ringette on this rink, so we're going to put a ringette half circle in first on our hockey crease here, by the hockey crease. So we just set up on here. When the inner tube is right inside the outer tube, it's set for an 8-foot ringette half circle. So basically, we set our paper down. We got hot water in the backpack. I freeze a little bit of the paper before we start. I clip on. Spray right behind, a couple inches behind the roller, 1.5 inches, and that's it. Take off a little bit of the damp paper. We're going to change our colors now and get ready for a hockey crease. So I pop the pin out. Take the blue roll out. Here, Jordy. Grab the red roll. Place it in the guard. Set it in. Put it into stand position. Pop the pin in. Now for 6-foot radius, what we do is we take the outer tube right out. And we have a marking on here for 6 foot. There's a hole drilled in the inner tubing that's set for 6 foot. We set it in there. Okay, we're getting ready for our 6-foot radius. We set it down. Freeze in a bit of the paper. Remember again, we got hot water in this backpack. We clip on. And it's just that easy. Getting ready for a penalty crease. So we slide it in. So we get to, there's a mark on here for 10 foot. This one's a 10-foot radius. That's a regulation size. We tighten it up. So we started from the boards. We roll out a little bit manually, maybe about a foot. We give it a little spray. Roll out to the boards. Then we clip on. And here we go with our penalty crease. Good to jack up on the roller so you get it nice and flat. Okay, we're just setting up for another circle. Pop the guard, put a little paper out. Any more spray? Our paper roll is getting kind of small right now. We just want to show you that all paper can be emptied right to its core. This might empty out on this circle. If you have those little cores that sometimes lying around in boxes, you can put them on this machine. As long as it's the right paper that we manufacture, it'll dispense perfectly right to its core. So we'll just get set up for another circle here. That's what these slots are for. It's for that roll so they can roll right down till it empties itself. So freeze in a bit of the paper. As you can see, that roll is getting smaller. Looks like it's going to complete this circle, but it will empty itself right to the core. We'll just go over it double, and we'll run it out till it empties. And there it is. It's emptied itself right to the plastic core.